Someone recently challenged me on my position on why I still believe real estate and especially land banking doesn't make money. And it was important because I could see and I could listen to where they were coming from and understanding why to them they still believe land makes money in 2026. I'm going to use the point of buying as the entry point. And here the key word is makes money, which means you are buying land as an investment. But if we are to use the point of entry, buying land as the point of entry, as segregation of who we must analyze, then there are three types of people who buy land. Three. The first one is developers. People who have a lot of money, who go into outskirts of town and buy 5-10 acres and subdivide it and sell it to different people. Now, to those, they make abnormal profit. And if your entry point into land and into real estate is as a developer or a sub-developer, then you will make money. I give an example. Someone can get, let's say, 100 million. They go outside the town, 30 kilometers out of town, or 40 kilometers out of town, and they buy 5 acres of land. Each acre of land at 20 million, give or take. That same person subdivides that plot of those 5 acres. With each acre, they get 7 plots of land, or 50 by 100 feet. But because they have to put sub-roads in this estate, the 5-acre estate now, they can only get 7 plots in each acre. So that means in a total, out of 5 acres, they have 35 plots of land. They bought the 5 acres at a total of 100 million. They have used, let's say they use between 20 million to 25 million for lawyers and processing of land titles and subdivision of land and clearing of land. So their total cost is 120 million. That same person or same sub-developer or developer, they put the land, the plots of land they have subdivided into these acres on market for 6 million every plot of land. 6 million. Remember, they have 35 plots of land. All they need is to sell 20 plots of land to get back the initial investment capital. Because if they sell it at 6 million, 20 plots of land, that's 120 million. They would have recouped back their original investment of 100 million plus the costs of processing the titles, of clearing the land and subdividing the land. But they still have 15 plots of land to sell. That even if they put those 15 plots of land onto the market at 5 million each plot, those 15 plots of land will still bring in 75 million at a minimum. So that's their profit. So out of 120 million of their initial investment, they have made 75 million, which is profit, which is almost 40%. Now, when a developer is talking that they are making 40-50% profit in land in a space of 3 months, 2 months, of course they are making it. And if you are entering land buying from that angle, you will make the money. You will absolutely 100% make the money. For you, you go and make the money. Especially for as long as you can generate the market. Imagine that same person, if they sell the plots of land at 7 million. 30 plots of land, it will be 210 million. The other 5 plots of land, an extra 35 million. So in 35 plots of land, 240 million. They would have made 100% profit in a space of 3-4 months if they can sell off all those plots of land in a short period of time. 100% margin. And these are the people who make so much conclusions when it comes to land investments. But they shouldn't be. Because there's two other categories of people. The second category are people who buy land for sentimental, for construction of the house. Sentimentally speaking, they are not buying that land for investment. Of course, a house is an investment, but it has its own nuance and sentiment and emotional attachment when we are analyzing it. I'm buying my plot of land out in this particular area, not because I'm expecting to sell it or to make a profit of it. I'm buying it because that's where I want to stay. I'm buying it because I have money and I'm tired of renting. I'm buying it because I'm a man and I feel like I can only graduate from a boy to a man when I have my plot of land. At that point, it does not matter what the profits or what the growth strategy of that plot of land will be. I have a client of mine. When they were ready to buy their plot of land, they knew the area they wanted to buy. It was non-negotiable. The plot of land cost them 600 million. But to them, that's where they wanted to live. They actually remember them saying, Alex, I know to you this is not what you would recommend right away, but I want my kids to grow up in a particular and a certain community. And I'm willing to pay an extra. I'm willing to pay a higher premium to just live in that community. So that is someone who has thought through that this is not an investment for the sake of a return on investment. The return on investment on that is more emotional. It has more qualitative factors than the return on investment. The third category at purchase are land banking people, speculative people, who are not developers, but they are buying plots of land and accumulating titles with the hope it will grow and double in value, and the return on investment will be higher and quantifiable. And majority of these, they listen to the first category, the developers. As the developers are talking about 100% development, about 100% return, then these people are also following through like, you know what, I'm buying my 50 by 100 plot of land and I keep it for 3-5 years. Yes, in the early 2010s, from 2007 to 2019, those plots of land tripled. The value was increasing. Uganda was coming to terms with the value of owning land. No matter where you bought the land, it almost increased instantly. Unfortunately, we have reached majority of the areas where people have reached a capped level where the value is no longer growing to the level that it used to grow at. So all of a sudden, plots that used to double in value in 5 years, now they take 8-9 years. So people who bought plots of land 20 years ago and they kept them, 10 years later they have tripled the value, they are 10 times the value. They are using that history to sentimentally analyze the now. Look at 5 years ago, people who bought land 2021, 2022, 2023. How is that land valuing at? Why? The issue is not actually that the land is not growing. There is so much premium in those smaller plots of land that it's no longer growing at the value that you'd expect. The average return on investment or the average capital gains yield on such plots of land, the banked land, is 7-6%. You compound it, it's 8%. Now, the third category is the category that I want to pay attention to. The third category, the people who are trying to buy land for banking as an investment. You buy land for speculation that it will grow and make money. It no longer makes money. Out of 10 plots, only 2 can double in 5 years lately. And it's not because that land is not growing. It's because at one point when you are buying it, you paid a so high a premium that it is causing the price to come down. That it's causing the price to come down. And that's where the first issue comes in. So it's not like land is not making money. Which category do you fall into? If you fall into the third category, the people who are speculating on land, you are not going to make the money that you expect. Of 100 people, only 8 to 10% might make the money.